Hello there, everybody. Coach Luis here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. Welcome to this afternoon training session today. It is Exercise with Exos. I am filling in for Jazzy Chadwick. Coach Jazzy got a super fun workout plan for us today. What I'm going to do is go ahead and get into explaining what we're going to need, what we're going to do. We'll actually warm up, we'll do the thing, and then we'll get out of here. So what we're going to start with here today, guys, we're going to be doing EMOM style workout. Every minute on the minute, we're going to switch over to something new. So the interval that we're going to be working on this afternoon is going to be 45 seconds on, 15 seconds we'll rest, and then transition into that next minute, that next exercise. So we're going to do 3 rounds, 6 intervals per round. And what we're going to start with is everybody's favorite. I had to include this because Jazzy is not here today. It's going to be burpees. Now, so for the form on the burpees, what we really want to do is just kind of break it down into a couple different movements, bringing the hands down to the ground, either walking the feet out or kind of jumping those feet out until we can land in a nice high plank position. Then either walking those feet in or jumping those feet in and then jumping up a little bit as we come all the way up to being nice and tall. Now, if you're in a place where jumping is not possible or just not the best thing to do, just go ahead and put the hands down to the ground, do the whole process, stand all the way back up. You don't have to jump. Maybe you can give yourself a little kind of up on the toes, but that's what we're starting with. We're starting with burpees. So what we're going to be doing with the burpees in order to mitigate the volume a little bit, we're going to go down, do the burpee, come all the way up, give it a little jump, and then turn around 180 degrees. Now, most of you are familiar with this concept. This is going to help us still keep our bodies moving, but not have to rack up as many burpees per interval that we do. So that is going to be our first thing. That's what we're starting with. Next, we're going to go into some alternating reverse lunges. So we're trying to replace the feet back in the same spot that we found them, trying to stay nice and even the entire time. The core is tight. Most of our weight is over that front leg. And this is how we're going to just start to load up those hips, work those glutes, just work those whole legs, honestly, pushing the knees out over those lateral toes. Next up, more legs. We're going to do some pulse squats. So getting into our air squat stance, we're going to come all the way down, halfway up, all the way down, and then all the way up. So as we go here, guys, it's going to get really easy. If you want to just kind of bounce, try not to do that. Let's try and kind of control and use the tissues instead of just kind of relying on them and their elasticity. Let's try and control all the way down, halfway up, all the way down, all the way up. Next up, we're going to be doing some inchworms. So really fun one to do for the shoulders here. It's okay if you can't touch the ground easily without bending the knees. I want you guys to bend the knees, walk the hands all the way out, stop there, start walking the feet in, bend the knees if you need to. We'll straighten all the way up. You can either reset or turn yourself around, but that's how we're going to get some good shoulder work in here today, is through those inchworms. Up next, we're going to spend some time on the ground. Final 2 intervals of each round are going to be core exercises. So we're going to do some dead bug, which means we're on the ground, arms are up, legs are up. We're moving opposite arm, opposite leg, using that core to keep our back glued to the ground. Shouldn't feel any twisting or anything change between that contact with our back and the ground as we go here. It's also good brain exercise. We can always get better at these. And then finally, we're going to switch on over into something static. So hands and knees, primal press. We're pushing down through the toes. Knees are up, hands are down, staring contest with the ground. That's how we're going to finish each round. And then we're going to go back to burpees at the top. So that's essentially in a nutshell what we got going on here today. We're going to do 3 rounds. And again, the intervals are going to stay the same. So 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest throughout the entire workout. All right, let's go ahead and get into the warm up. What we're going to need here today, guys, is just some space. Also, make sure you guys got the water so we can replace fluids as we go as well as after. Let's start at the bottom of our space. Let's push those hips back. We're trying to touch the ground here. Okay, if you can't, let's bend those knees, get the hands to the ground, walk those hands on out until we can be in that nice kind of high plank position. Gonna spend a lot of time here with the burpees and also that primal press. Let's do a big lunge, left foot, place it outside that left hand. From here, we're gonna let that left hand leave the ground. We're gonna twist, reach up towards the ceiling or sky. Try and keep that back leg straight. Breathe in this position. All right, let's try and bring that left hand back down to the ground. We're bringing that left leg back. Same thing on that right side. So big lunge with the right foot. It's going to land outside the right hand. We're going to take the right hand up towards the ceiling or sky. Big twist looking past that thumb. Got to breathe in this position. Try and keep that back leg straight. Good job, you guys. All right, let's bring that right hand back down. We're going to bring the right leg back. Let's push ourselves into a quick downward dog. Stretching out those calves. My calves are so tight. Then let's walk the hands back in towards the feet. Bend the knees if you have to, and then we'll straighten all the way up. Good job, you guys. Okay, a little bit of reverse lunge in the workout. So we're going to warm up the reverse lunge pattern just a little bit. Let's start with some space behind us. We're going to do a few on each side here. So let's start to alternate. Step back, keep the weight over that front leg. We're trying to load up that front hip, drive through the entire foot, come all the way back up to standing. Breathing as we go. Core's got to stay tight. All right, last one each side. Good, there we go. Okay, now we're feeling a little bit more warmed up. The heart is going a little bit. All right, I'm gonna set the timer up here, guys, and then we will get into it. So remember, as we go, guys, feel free to take little breaks as needed, grab water as needed. We're gonna be working for about 18 minutes. Again, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We're starting with those burpees with a little spin in between reps here. We're just turning around 180 degrees. We're starting here in 3, 2, 1. All right, we are on the clock doing our burpees. Small little jumps there at the end, guys, if you can manage it. Remember to stand all the way up with these burpees, you guys. It's really easy as we get going to kind of stay bent at the knees and the hips. Good job, you guys. I like putting this kind of right at the front of the workouts so we can kind of get our heart rate nice and high right off the bat. We don't have to save this to the end of the round. We're almost done. We got time for maybe one more. And time. All right, good job, you guys. Good job. Okay. Now we're feeling juiced up. Let's go ahead. Next up, we're going into our alternate reverse lunge. So top of the space, feet planted. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Step back. And we're placing that other foot right where we found it. Keeping that core nice and tight. We're just loading up that front hip, front leg, pretty much doing all the work here. Good job, you guys. Make sure that knee is tracking towards the outside of that second toe. We don't want it coming forward over the arches or the big toe here. If this is feeling nice and light for you, feel free to grab something, a book, a water bottle, something that's kind of heavy, maybe that you can hold. And time. Good job, you guys. Okay, shake it out. Pulse squats coming up next. Remember, we're not trying to bounce up and down out of the hole there. Let's try and control it the best we can. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All the way down, halfway up, all the way down, and all the way up. There we go. Good job, guys. We want to use those glutes as much as possible. Pushing those knees out and away from each other. Squeezing those glutes to come up to the top. Excellent work, you guys. Not a whole lot of time left. Let's keep going. Again, this is another movement that we can load up a little bit if you want to. I'm probably going to do it in that next round. And time. Good job, guys. Good job. Ooh, the legs are feeling a little bit now. Okay. Inchworms are coming up next. So let's come to the bottom of the space. Make sure you have space in front of you. Trying to touch the ground, walk all the way out. Let's get it going. Push those hips back and as close to the ground as you can. Bend the knees if you have to. We're walking ourselves all the way out and then walking those feet all the way back in. Now, probably going a little bit faster than we're used to, just so we can get as many good quality reps in as possible. Using those shoulders, pushing away from the ground the whole time actively with those shoulders. As we go through this one, we got time for at least one more. Good work, everybody. Good work. Crawl it back in. And time. Good job, you guys. Stand it all the way up. Okay. Dead bugs up next. Let's find our spot on the ground, on our backs. All right, here we go. Arms up, legs up. Let's start to move opposite arm, opposite leg. I want you guys to envision that I'm trying to pull a towel out from under your low back. Don't let me get that towel. Give it a lot of pressure. Pin it in between your back and the ground there, using that core. Excellent work, you guys. Excellent work. Got about 15 left. Let's keep it going. Primal press after this. We're staying static. Hands and knees after this. Good. And time. Good job, you guys. Okay. Hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders. Got 5 more seconds to rest. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's push down through those toes. The knees are up about an inch or two. Staring contest with the ground. Core is nice and tight. We're pushing away from the ground with those shoulders. We don't want to push so much that our back starts to round. We want to keep it nice and flat. Great work, you guys. Great work. We're almost done. Let's keep it going. Lots of tension. I know this one is not super fun. We're almost done. We got 10 seconds. Stay with me here. I know it's burning. We're killing it, guys. Couple more seconds and time. All right, let's rest for a moment. We got to stand all the way up because we got burpees coming up next. This is the start of round 2. Remember, all the way down, all the way up. We turn around, do the same thing. Here we go. Let's get it going. Good job, you guys. Good job. Slight little jump at the end there if you can manage. Come all the way up, as tall as you can be at the end there. Stay nice and diligent through that high plank position, part of the movement, you guys. We're almost done. We got less than 10 seconds. It's okay if we break the movement down a little bit slower. Just trying to be quality here. And time. Great work, you guys. Great work. Okay. Alternating reverse lunges coming up next. That means we're setting up with some space behind us here. All right, let's get into it. Stepping back, loading up that front hip. Pushing those knees out over those kind of second toes there. The core is still staying really tight, even though we're not supporting anything. Great job, you guys. About 15 seconds left. Make sure we're pushing through that whole foot. Push down with those toes. We're gripping the ground, keeping that arch up. Good, there you guys go. And time. All right, you guys, pulse squats coming up next. A few more seconds to rest. Let's get in that stance. 3, 2, 1, here we go. All the way down, halfway up, all the way down, and then all the way up. Good job, you guys, good job. Keep that core nice and tight, guys. Let's support that spine throughout. Good, pushing those knees out and away from each other towards the outside of those toes. Good work, you guys, good work. Good, almost done. We got one more left in us. And time. Good job, you guys. Shake those legs out a little bit. Inchworms coming up next. We need some space out in front. We're working those shoulders once again. 3, 2, 1. Push the hips back. Crawling all the way out. Hanging out in that nice high plank position for a second. Then we can walk those feet in. Good job, you guys. We're going to straighten up, turn it around. Same deal going the other way. Good job, you guys. Shoulders are getting some work here today. Let's keep it going. We got time for a couple more. Here we go, you guys. Good job. At least one more. Let's keep going. And time. Good job, everybody. Good job. Straighten it all the way up. Let's rest. Next up, dead bugs. We're on our backs here on the ground. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's get those arms up, legs up, glue the back down. Then we can start to move. Those nice strong exhales, whether they're coming from the nose or the mouth, are really going to help us find those muscles around the midsection and keep them turned on. Whoops, just did the same side, arm and leg. Excellent work, you guys, excellent work. Way to control. Just as much of a brain exercise as a muscular exercise. Almost done, we got a couple more in us. And time. Nicely done, you guys. Feel free to lay here for a moment and rest. Take a breath. We're on our hands and our knees to finish off round 2 coming up next. We're getting started here in 3, 2, 1. Primal press, so the hands are right under the shoulders, pushing down through the toes. The back's nice and flat. Good job, you guys. Good job. We still want those knees pretty much right under the hips. Lots of 90-degree angles. Here we go. There we go. Good job, you guys. Imagine we got a plate of our favorite food on the lower back. Don't twist or anything like that. We want to support that plate. Acting like a table right now. We're almost done. Time's ticking away quick. Keep going here, you guys. Good job. And time. Good. Let those knees down. Excellent work, you guys. We are on to our final round here. Burpees are going to start us off, and we won't have to do any more for the rest of the workout. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you guys. Remember, it's okay to break this movement down into 2 or 3 parts. Do what works best for you. Our goal is just pretty much to get down into that high plank position, all the way back up. and finish with a little bit of a jump at the end. Definitely a tough one, but it's something we can get better at every single time. Plus, the more we do them, the less scary that they will feel. I can vouch for that personally. Been doing these for years. All right, time. I'll let it go a couple seconds extra. That's all good for all of us. Kind of pulled a little bit of a jazzy there. Let's get ready for the alternating reverse lunge here, you guys, starting in 3, 2, 1. Step back. All right, now we're into loading one hip at a time. Great work, guys, great work. Pushing those knees forward over those outside toes. Every time we come up, we're feeling a nice glute squeeze, bringing those hips right back under us. Almost done here, guys, almost done. And time. Great work, everybody, great work. All right, shake it out. Pulse squats coming up next. Let's get into that good stance. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get it going. I'm holding on to my water bottle. Good, you guys sink all the way down, halfway up. Good. Keep those feet as even on the ground as you can. Equal pressure between the big toe, the little toe, and the heel. Good, guys. Keep that core nice and tight. Keep that spine straight. Almost done. Less than 10 seconds to go. Let's keep it working. All the way up. Good job. And time. Great job, you guys. Great job. Coming into the home stretch here. Inchworms up next, then dead bugs, then primal press. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's walk our bodies out. Find that good plank position. Hang out for a sec. Then we can start to use those shoulders again. Good job, you guys. Good job. Push those hips back. All the way out. Do the best you can, guys. Bend those knees if you have to. They're probably not going to look amazing or the prettiest, but that's not what we're here to do. We're here to just get her done. Almost done, you guys. Less than 10 seconds. Got time for at least one more. Walk it all the way out, all the way back in, and that is time. All right, guys, shake it out. Dead bugs, primal press, the only things we have left to do. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Legs up, arms up, then we can move. Remember, I'm still right next to you, pulling as hard as ever on that towel under your low back. Don't let me get that towel. Good job, guys. Good job. Focus should be on the core. Keeping it glued to the ground. Constant pressure no matter where the arms or legs are. Good work. We're almost done. Couple more. And time. Good job, you guys. Take a brief rest. We have one more interval to do, and that is our primal press. 45 seconds of this one is definitely tough. Let's see how far we can push ourselves with this interval. Let's finish nice and strong. Surprise our bodies a little bit. Here we go. Let's get up into it, and let's hold. Staring contest with the ground. The back is nice and flat, like we had our favorite plate of food back there. Maybe it's going to your happy place that helps. Maybe it's thinking about what you're going to have for lunch or maybe even dinner. Good. Strong exhales will help, guys. We're about 10 seconds out. Let's keep it going. This is definitely a mind over matter thing. Let's see how much we can really push. Stay with me here. I know those legs are burning, that core is burning, and time. Good job, you guys, good job. That is the end of the workout. Let me go ahead and stop the timer. Excellent work, you guys. All right, let's stand it up for a moment. Walk around a little bit if you need to. Definitely grab some water. What we're gonna start with our cool down today, guys, is a little bit of a hip flexor stretch. So feel free to grab a pillow or a pad, something that's gonna pad the contact with the knee and the ground. I got my left knee down in this half kneeling position. I'm gonna start by squeezing that left glute, pulling the belly button in towards the spine, and then pushing the hips forward just a little bit, as long as I've got a nice stretch here in the front of my hip. Keep that glute squeeze, guys. That's what's gonna be the key to this stretch. Give it a little bit of a tap if you need to. The muscles often respond really well to just a little bit of a, hey, are you awake back there kind of thing? So let's keep that squeeze going. Let's try and calm the breathing down. Slower, longer exhales now, instead of those hard, forceful ones that we often use to find those core muscles. Great work, everybody. Great work. Let's do one more big breath here. Good. Shift that weight back. Put the other knee down. Switch it over to the other side. Same deal. So right knee's down, right glute has to turn on, pulling the belly button in towards the spine, pushing the hips forward just a little bit in order to get a medium stretch. Keep that right glute squeeze, you guys. I highly recommend the tapping thing because sometimes it feels like we got the squeeze going, but once you give it the tap, you're really going to find out if that squeeze is legit or not. Let's keep it going, you guys. Got to keep that pelvis tucked. Slow down that breathing here. Let's do one more breath. Good. After that nice long exhale, we can discard of the pad. We're going to come down to hands and knees here for our final cool down method of the day. You can take those knees a little bit wider than hip width, bring the toes together a little bit maybe. We're walking those hands out in front and then sinking our hips back into some nice child's pose. Now here we can begin to rest our face, chin, or cheek on the mat or on the ground, whatever is comfortable for you. But now let's focus on our breathing, trying to inflate that area between the rib cage and the pelvis as much as we can on the inhale, and then slowly let all that air out on the exhale. Let's do one more final breath to cool it down. Good. After that, you can stay in that position if you'd like. You can slowly rise up out of it if you'd like as well. That is going to be all the time I have left for this session here today. Thank you guys for coming and working out with most of the Exos team here today. Looking forward to seeing you guys in some other sessions. So we do have Dance Fusion with John today, also another stretch break with me at 2:30 p.m., as well as Abs and Core with Brittany at 4:30 p.m., closing it out. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Coach Luis signing off here. I will see you guys in the next session. Great work, everybody. See you guys. Take care.